Alright guys, so in this video we're going to do a health bar. I have two different types of health bars, and I'm going to show you how to do each one of them. They're in the same script, so I'm going to tell you to delete something if you want to use this one in the corner, which is a UI health bar, or if you want to use this one under the player. Okay, so let's go to our scripts. I've got it saved in UI scripts at the moment. We're going to open this up real quick. Sorry, I normally have this done before I start the video, but I didn't today. So, alright, so I've got several things going on here. Okay, if you're using the UI based bar, you're going to want to put a using statement in called using Unity UI, Unity Engine, speak words, using Unity Engine.ui. Okay. And that's going to let you be able to reference the UI code in Unity. We've done that before with the... No, we didn't do that before because we used the TextMesh Pro before. So, anyway, we do need... This is the only thing you need for both bars. Alright. So you do need player health, serialized field, player health. Alright, and then you need to find that in the start method. Player health equals find object of type player health. Alright, so if you're using, this is only if you're going to use the UI bar that's going to stay static on the screen. You want to create a image, create a variable called image, called health fill image. Okay, and then in the update method you just want to say if the health fill image is equal to null. This will make it not shoot out a an error if you forget to assign it, so the game will still be playable. So if health fill image is not equal to null, then health fill image fill amount equals player health dot health fraction. Okay, so this is something that I changed in the health script. So if you want to open up your player health script and jump back over here, I have it in the let's see, scroll back up. So public health float, health fraction is something new that I added to the player health script, and I called that in or I set the value in receive health and take health because I don't want it calculating every frame. It slows everything down, so I just did it as we're receiving or taking health. And so in order to get health and max health to be a float, you have to have float health divided by float max health. And I tried this without putting this float in front of it, because these two are ints. It will not convert to a float even if you're dividing it into a float, and I don't know why. That's, you know, above my head, but it does work when you put float in front of it, because it's changing those ints into a float when you do that. I didn't want to change them up here just simply because I want to keep them as ints up there. You can change them to floats up there if you'd like, but I think that's going to be a headache math wise later on when you're trying to add to your max health and everything. But anyway, if you divide health divided by max health, it's always going to return a number between 0 and 1. You can try it out on a calculator, and it'll show you. This is how people you know, your teachers in college and high school or whatever you are calculating your grade. Right, the amount of questions that you get right versus the max amount of questions, right? So anyway, I called it there, and take health. That way, it's only being called when something's actually changing. So anyway, the health fill amount, which is between 0 and 1, is going to be equal to the health fraction amount. So that is the UI health bar. If you're doing the one that is under the player or over the player, that follows the player, you want to use sprite renderer, and you do not need to use this Unity Engine.ui. I haven't decided which one I want to use, and I'll change the script and use that in future videos, and I'll tell you which one I use. So anyway, so you want the health fill sprite, and I'll show you how to create these in just a second in the editor. So anyway, if you're using the one that follows the player, you want to say if health fill sprite is not equal to null, health fill sprite dot transform dot local scale is equal to new vector 2 player health fraction, and then health fill sprite dot transform dot local scale dot y. Alright, so let's go back over into the editor. Alright, I didn't change anything, so cool. It's not going to compile. Okay, so with the UI sprite, you come in and you want to create an empty object, okay, and call it health bar. And inside this health bar, you want two different images. You want the health fill image, so right click UI image, health fill image, and then you want to hit Control D and duplicate that, and that'll create another image the exact same size and shape as that, and you just name it health background. Alright, so in the health fill image, you want to put your sprite, whatever sprite you want. Right now all I have is I created a health bar sprite. Let me shrink this so you can see the name. Health bar test sprite, which when we add actual graphics, that'll change into a different sprite. But anyway, in the health fill, you just add the health bar test sprite, and then these image type options will come show up, and you'll have fill amount. And as you see, as the fill amount changes, the health bar changes, and that's it. And then you attach your script to health bar. Alright, and then you drag your health bar fill into the health bar health fill image section. Alright, and now if you're doing your player, the one that follows your player, you have your health bar, and you want to right click on your player, create 2D object and sprite square, and then you want to shape it. Actually what I did first was I created an empty and called that health bar, just like I did down here. That way you can change the scale of the entire image. See, I have it at 2, and see this X will create a health bar that's long or short or whatever. But if you change that in your actual fill image, then it messes with your local scale and it might not work. So I have health bar, empty object health bar, and I set the scale to 2, and then inside of that I created 2 sprites, sprite square, and then I put the health bar test sprite in that, and then you duplicate that, and you get your background sprite, and you change your background sprite to black and your foreground sprite to whatever color you want. And then you're going to add a component, health bar. Alright, so look at it, it looks the exact same as it did here, but it's all empty right now. So it's going to find the player object, but I always like to drag that in just for redundancy, I guess, to make sure it works. And so here all you need is the health fill from your sprite. So the other thing that I did to this is it won't work unless you do this. I set the pivot point to left, and because if you do it in the center, both sides are going to shrink as your health shrinks. But this is what it looks like. I love it when it says hold on, especially when I'm recording. Alright, so here we go. Alright, so you'll see that, let me maximize this window so you can see everything really nice and clear. Alright, so you can see that both bars are decreasing at about the same amount. And as your HP goes up, then the bar will change at lesser increment unless you're getting hit harder. But that is it as far as health bars go. If you like this video, like and subscribe. And if you like what I do and want me to do better videos, more videos, different topic videos, please consider supporting me on Patreon. Next time I'm going to add an XP bar, because part of the game that we're mimicking, Vampire Survivors, has an XP bar, and you go up levels and you get different bonuses based on your level. So anyway, I'll see you next time.